been allowed to take part into this endurance race, and we can see they're all there, or at least takes the best start. They had done such a good racing yesterday as well. Interesting to see how they take the board there to go.
Who is the first team? Because Adria is actually, for the moment, third in this team.
It's
number 18. Maybe these are.
This is Uniboat, Argonaut's team
Argonaut's
from
team.
Italy that is taking. But at the boy, it was Croatia who did the best first turn.
All right. And
but it doesn't really matter, huh?
Yeah.
It's nice, huh? It is a race, it's fun to see, for us it's fun to commentate, but actually what is important is the real ability of these boats, huh? Oh, Polito H2 Fly, we didn't see them too much yesterday,
no,
so good to see.
They had a few issues on their motor who's overheating, if I'm not mistaken, and we hope that it will be able to race today. And for the moment, oh, is it Elettra Unige in front?
4 is Elettra Unige. Yeah. So they are very experienced. It's the third time they come and compete in this event, and they have 29 brilliant minds in their team, and 24 is the average age in the team.
Wow.
So this is quite young as well. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. But on the other side, you have teams with an average age of 20 years old. So you have really every kind of ages in this competition. It's very interesting to see how they work together as a team, or how they work and speak together as competitors, one against each other. And from the beginning, we've seen probably the best from Team C Shakti, who's very, very nice with every team, helping each other, helping them to move their boat, cheering for everybody. It's wonderful to see this from this Indian team.
Indeed, and they're already at the first buoy. Most of them are already at the first buoy, so they are halfway of a first lap, and this must give a little bit of, a feeling. Yes, the boat is doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can go for it. We did a quick start. Now we can relax. It's very relative, but we can concentrate on just going steady and trying to keep the boat running. And those are the Gaulois, as I said to them. And you see that there is another challenge here, not only the endurance, but the waves.
Yeah.
Because when they did the trials, when they did the speed record, they were very often alone. So they didn't have to take into account the waves of other boats. They had the waves of the sea, that's for sure, but not the other boats. But now this time, you also have to look at this and not be in the waves immediately of the others.
So for the moment, the Argonauts from the University of Bologna are first. And to be honest, it's not really surprising after their result in the speed record yesterday, because they finished first. So, but it's really important to know that the important thing in the endurance race is to be endurant. It's not to start really, really fast, because if you don't have any more energy, you will just stop and other teams will carry on. So for the moment, they are first, but how are they going to manage to keep this speed for 3 hours?
Yeah, but I guess they must be quite confident they can do it, because they're quite an experienced team. Huh?
Yeah, really.
So normally this should be okay. And the race direction changed a little bit, the buoys, so that they come closer to the deck here. And you have a lot of supporters that are there, and every turn they will be cheered. So this is also a good point for the pilot, because really a lot is on his shoulders for these races. There are so many people preparing and being behind, being here, or even at home. But here they have to really make it happen. So some of them work at night to make it happen, and some are there in the boat.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think everybody is just happy to see a boat on the water, and even if there is pressure on the shoulders of the pilot, all the team is cheering for him, and they know that the mistake they can make is not really their fault. It's the first time for many of them racing in this marina. So everybody is really nice. Everybody is really happy to be here. And now we see the Hydrovancy, the Gaulois, as Patricia said, with a really interesting structure. So they still have the bamboo beams to support the cockpit. They are running with electrical battery. And yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, they were placed in the 14th position in the speed record in the energy class. At the moment, you can see the Adria racing team, which had a big accident yesterday, which had a collision with a buoy. And they did an amazing comeback, because they had to repair the whole boat. The hole in the cockpit were completely discombobulated, if I can say, and they had to switch carbon fixation on the boat. And they still managed to finish third during the speed record, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah, and we heard from the pilot how much he gives to do this. He goes to the gym, he tries to keep fit. Also because he's an experienced sailor, and the sailor skills are also of importance here, because it's completely different when you sail out of the harbor and when you sail back. And we are quite lucky because there are not that many waves, but if there were, where they turn here, it is known as the washing machine because the waves go all the way. So you're really taken into a round of waves, but here it is quite okay. And what a difference in speed between some of them. It might also be because of the difference of proportion and because they have these 10 k watt-hour that they have at the beginning, and they can recharge,
Yeah, absolutely.
but with different means.
So, to be honest, it really depends on the power their motor have. So some teams have a really powerful motor, so they really need to have special settings for the endurance race to not waste enough all their energy in the first hour or two, because they have to last 3 hours. But for the teams that have 8 to 12 kilowatt power motor, they should be fine. They should be fine with 10 kilowatters. And for the moment, we can still see the 3 favorites. So the Bologna Argonauts, still really fast. Getting comfortable in her seat. She's passing in front of the... I think she's doing her second lap. Really impressive. She is followed closely by the Elettra team, Elettra Unige from the University of Genova. Getting cheered by all her fans in the fan zone near the race control. And we have the Hydrogads from France, cruising, relaxed. I think they had issues with the propeller they used yesterday. It overheated, so they had to switch during the qualifying laps. Ooh, the team from Qatar has a problem. They seem to be stuck in the middle of the track. So actually yesterday I did a little mistake on this team. I said they had solar panels, but in fact they don't. They just switched for a new kind of battery, a solid lithium battery, solid state lithium battery. So it's still 48 volts, 180 ampere hours, and it's a 9 kilowatt battery. What is interesting is that they use another kind of battery. It's not a lithium-ion battery, because solid state enables them to reduce the weight, actually. So for the same energy, instead of being 45 kilograms, they would have needed to be 75 kilograms if they would use a lithium-ion battery. And they were able to do this thanks to their own sponsors, Solid State Marine. So it's a really expensive battery, so that's why you don't see it very often. And their sponsors, Solid State Marine, customed this battery for them.
Yeah, indeed, it is impressive. As you see, some already did quite a few laps, and others are still trying to do one.
Yeah.
But I hope that all the boats were allowed to take the start here.
On the tracking systems, because we don't see all the boats precisely from where we are, but on the tracking software, Polyboat is still stuck, seemingly, in the harbor. So I'm not disappointed in them, but I really hope to see them in the water.
So
but
what I was saying is that I hope we can get this information from race control.
Oh, yeah.
We'll ask them whether everybody was allowed to take the start or not, so that we have a little bit inside information as well to give to the listening people.
I think we can see the Cambridge University Riviera racing boat. We didn't see them much during the qualifying laps yesterday. They did 2 laps and it seemed to be enough for them. Oh, we have information from race control and the H2Fly boat seems to be towed.
Yeah, 12, number 12, H2Fly has to be towed in, which means that they will have 1 lap penalty, which is a little bit of a pity for them. It's they've put a lot of efforts into the weight reduction of their boat, and yeah, they're really happy because they're here. And they have a significant area of development, which is the design and the production of a specific battery pack tailored for their needs. And normally it should have enhanced both the efficiency and the lightness. But it seems, yeah, there's still some issues there for them.
They already had problems yesterday. They were unable to leave the harbor. So hopefully they will return soon in the race.
And there we see Physis Polyme Energy boat with yeah, their 3rd participation already. They had 3 participation, and they're really proud this year because they have reorganized the entire team structure. So they gain a more precise subdivision into different units, and they have redefined the team's organizational chart. And this is something that we already touched upon yesterday, that it's not only about being able to build a cockpit, to have a reliable and efficient propulsion system, it's also about leadership and management here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really a very innovative team, and they already won the University Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation Sustainable Maritime and Technology Award. So
yeah, and that helps them because they get then a grant,
absolutely.
But also that pushes them because every 6 months they have to give a report to say what they are working on. So it's again, it is also a little bit of management.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if except for H2Fly, all the boats have done 1 lap, and that's really good news.
I think it's the DTU float forward team that we can see on the right of the screen. So DTU was really impressive during the qualifying laps yesterday.
Yeah, we just very quickly saw the crew from Hydrogats, and here we are back with them, with Hydrogats. Look how relaxed she looks there. The I think that she, I'm not sure. Look how relaxed the pilot is there in the boat. So that means also that the design of the cockpit is good, because otherwise it would be a little bit of an issue. But there, the unfortunate boat from H2Fly coming back into the harbor.
Yes, and as you said, the design of the cockpit is really important for an endurance race to be comfortable for the pilot, because if you are not comfortable, you are not going to be able to drive as good as possible. And this is really important to be comfortable during this race, because we need to remind it, this race is the most important in a point of view. So it has a 2 times multiplier. So the winner will see his score multiplied 2 times in the general classification. So it's really important for them to focus and to have good results on this race.
And there we're back with Adria. We saw the pilot yesterday here. He was a little bit disappointed of what happened, because he's such an experienced one, and then a wave pushed him onto the board. These dynamic buoys, as they are called, which are quite interesting because you don't have an anchor in the seabed. But look at this. It is like a Formula One race here that you have. They're really next to each other. I just hope that they're not pushing each other too much and that they think about their battery and that they have to go for a long time. So I don't know what's the best thing to do. Go fast and do as many laps as possible, or go small and go in when you don't have any energy anymore.
Yeah.
Or stay on the water, go slowly and try to do as many laps as possible.
Yeah, I guess it's a strategy choice that they thought about for a long time. And you can see that Adria Racing is doing a great comeback, because yesterday, as we told earlier, they had a big crash, and for them to be able to be second for the moment, really close to the first, the Argonauts team, is really impressive. But speaking about strategy, yesterday the strategy they chose was to be really aggressive, take sharp turns, and that's what caused the problem. If the wave didn't hit him, it would have been good, but you need to take this in mind when you choose your strategy.
Yeah, it is, but you don't always think that there will be a big boat pushing you. If he comes from behind you, it's difficult to see as well. And you could feel on the way he was reacting that he really felt so bad about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fortunately, they were back into the race and they're here and they're performing well.
Yeah, thanks to this really super team, we can say it. They managed to fix their issue in 30 minutes. They had plenty of replacing parts, so they can allow themselves to have this kind of strategy, because their team is really here, solid, and ready to fix any issue they have. So it's really impressive for the Adria Racing team.
Yeah, we were a moment with the Argonauts that we saw there. Also a very good team. And look how they pass another one nearly. And number 5 here on our screen, Hydrogats. Going well, I have the impression. But it's really nice to hear all the teams cheering for their team. And the Stakhanovics are there, DTU. We just saw them very quickly there. And we back with the Argonauts here in this race. So it is number 18, the Argonauts from the University of Bologna. And they have completely modified the catamaran they had from last year, or the cockpit, because the hull is given. But they have done a lot of work in every aspect of the design. We are with Tameo Ensta, a French crew.
So it's still the Tameo Ensta team that we see from Ensta Paris. It's their 5th participation. And it's really impressive to see how the boat has developed. Oh, this is the Team C Shakti. We didn't see good from this point of view. Haha, waving to the camera.
And to the fans that are there, so that's very nice. And they already took part 4 times. There are 14 brilliant minds in here, and the average is young, 19 to 20 years.
Wow.
And for them, it is the favorite aspect is to showcase their sustainable innovation on a global platform. And everything goes fine for boat number 14 from Qatar. He just showed it. Everything fine. Thumbs up for them as well. First participation, very small team.
Yeah, and we can remind that at the beginning of the race, they seemed to be stopping in the middle of the track, but they managed to come back, and they did for the moment 3 laps, which is really impressive. So is it the Politor team coming back? Polico.
23. So we are with Fizz there. With 17 now. It changed quickly, because I would love to have Fizz on the screen when we saw this here, the 12 that unfortunately came back. 12, so Polito H2 fly. So I would love when we have the physics team in a while, because there is a special moment for them today. So there are physics. Yeah, no, Técnico Solar. Yeah, it's not, it's the Portuguese one, quite cool as well. I hope they have some good sun cream, huh? Because 3 hours like that on the sea, it is quite a lot. And he's already drinking, that's very good. He's hydrating, because it's also important for the pilot, because if you don't drink enough, you lose as well a little bit of your intellectual capacity. No, but it's true, you're laughing, but it's true, because your body might go into a low system, like a battery, yeah? It's the same. The body, the human body is also a battery.
And now we can see the inner boat Biscaya. It's nice to see them on the water, because they had a few technical issues yesterday. And now we're back to DTU forward. So yesterday they did a really impressive amount of qualifying laps. They stayed in the water for at almost 2 hours. So it was really impressive to see them.
Yeah, I guess they did some tests for this and trying to see whether it's reliable. It's a very passionate team, and with 32 students there, and they have 5 professors overseeing it. So yeah, look at this. He took the inside. He really thinks he's the Monaco Grand Prix, I think, Adria. But he told us he is a good pilot, or a good sailor, so he's showing it here with his skills to take the boys.
Yeah, it's really impressive skills from the part of Adria Racing. And it's interesting to remind that they have 2 teams, one also in the AI class, based almost on the same form of cockpit and hulls, but they have a dual propulsion system. But we'll get back to this later on.
Beautiful sights of all those boats cruising there, cruising, going fast for some, cruising for others on the shores of Monaco. And yeah, everything's going fine there. It seems as if they were all in a pack, but some did many more laps than others. So they already been overtaken several times. And yeah, number 12, H2 Fly, I guess, yeah, H2 Fly from Politecnico Torino, trying to fix the motor. Look at this, all these people. You have to go fast, but you also have to think. So it's a mix between the two. And there must be something stuck, because what they're using there is very well known to unleash some balls and so on. So we wish them all the best to repair their boat, while the others are still making their laps. We're nearly at a 6 of the boat. DTU very happy, waving every time they pass here. Yeah, it is really a nice view here for them.
So their main objective was to establish a robust foundation to seamlessly integrate state-of-the-art propulsion technologies in alternative energy storage systems like hydrogen and fuel cells. So it's not the case at the moment, but as we said yesterday a few times, it's a project that is going to last for a few years. So they already are preparing the next years, enabling leaving space to put hydrogen fuel cell. So it's really interesting how they think the project from the beginning.
Yeah, and coming from another nautical sport, I'm quite impressed by the way they do the turns here. They're really doing it very well. They know they can't touch each other. And look at this. They're overtaken, but not a problem. It is Hydrogats that sees their boat, but we can't see the number, going so fast. And just hello, everybody. I'm going in front of you. But let's see, yeah. It's a little bit, yeah. It might be something to impress as well.
Maybe.
A little bit of bluff, as they say, to see what's happening here. There we have number.
I think it's number 8 in a boat from Biscaya, and this is 18.
There we are with Uniboot, the Argonauts that are turning there, a good turn at Dynamic Boy. Well done to them as well.
Still really impressive.
Yeah.
They are still really fast. I think we can just recognize them from the speed they are going at. It's really, really impressive. So yesterday they, if I'm not mistaken, they set a record of 36 knots, and for the moment they're not going full speed because they would waste too much energy, but they're going at around 10 knots.
And Qatar going their nice little turns there, Sambuk Racing. And here we are back
with the
with
Ensta team.
Tameo Ensta. Also looks quite relaxed, huh?
Yeah. But they have
It
to
is
be.
holiday in Monaco. No, not at all. It is not holiday, but it's good they can enjoy the race and looking at. It must be beautiful when they come back, seeing the sea, the side they have with the palace, with the rocher that they have there, with the Musée Océanographique up on the rocher, which is a very important part as well of Monaco. They do a lot for sustainability as well.
Yeah, not everybody is lucky enough to race in these conditions. It's amazing. You have a beautiful sun, you have a beautiful city, beautiful harbor, and beautiful spirit of the race again to showcase sustainability, new technologies, new innovations, and specifically with young lads and young girls from every engineering school of the whole world, entire world. It's really, really nice to see them here today. The DTU Forward team and the Bologna Argonauts team, but we reminded it's an endurance race, so they are doing really, really well for the moment. They have 6 laps has been done for their team, but will they be able to last for 3 hours at this speed?
That's the question.
Yeah.
It's one of the questions. The first thing, will they be able to last, and then will they be able to last as fast? So it's a question in 2 levels actually, that you have there. We see very often the same boats. It looks as if there are little packs of boats that are there, and but everybody except H2 Fly is still running. Yeah. And with the flags, it's amazing. Of course, it takes a little bit away from the hydrodynamics, and but it's so nice to see. And all these little boats there, just coming along, coming to us, going back. It's I really enjoy. I hope that all the people who are looking at this and listening are also enjoying as much as we do here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really
In
nice.
20 seconds, we are at the 6th of the boat race, of this race.
Wow.
So, yeah, only one boat that is not there anymore, but might come back, huh? They can still come back, so who knows?
But we still haven't seen the poly boat from Polytech Nantes. Unfortunately, they seem to be stuck in the harbor, and they were enabled.
Yeah, we see our Stakanovic there again on the screen.
And the Hydrovinci team.
And Hydrovinci, les Gaulois, going well. They were here early as well this morning, having a good breakfast at the Quai Louis II with a teacher who is very committed as well.
Yeah, really interesting team. They put the emphasis on using sustainable materials. So we've seen teams using sustainable plant-based fibers like flax fiber, which they try to do for their cockpit, but they finally switched for plywood cockpit.
And here we are with number 23. It is Physis Polymi Energy Boat, and a special mention to Eugenio, who is the engineer of this team, and it's his birthday today.
Wow.
So I guess there will be party. If everything goes well, there will be a good party. So auguri, Eugenio.
And back to the Carter team. So they seem to be back in the race. 5 laps has been done, going to 6 to 7 knots. they don't have an as aero cockpit as other team, but in this kind of race, I don't think is the most important thing. Being comfortable is the principle, and last as long as possible with their special battery, their solid state lithium.
It might not be the most important, but every second you can win must be important, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why, for instance, Hydrogats that we just see here from Capgemini Monaco Marine has redesigned the hull and the entire structure. So that it was lighter and the design was better. They also overhauled the entire engine transmission, changed the engine, the propeller, and updated the electrical and electronic parts. So a little bit of everything, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is, and they have no hydrogen. They're solely electric.
Yeah, absolutely. But they designed the whole transmission system, which is really interesting. Not all teams do this, but they took the challenge and they managed to navigate with it, so it's really, really impressive.
And they also designed this toroidal propeller.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it earlier yesterday, but this toroidal propeller has been developed, at least 50% of the team tried to develop this propeller because they have ring-shaped blades, and the main objective is to reduce cavitation, so optimize the propulsion system, but mainly reduce noise in the water. We always think about the carbon footprint of a boat, but not the noise that it makes.
Look at these turns. We have a real Formula One turn here, with one taking the inside and overtook two boats doing this. And again here, one trying the inside, but very carefully, which is good because you can't touch each other.
Yeah.
No, beautiful images there. You see the palace, you see the rocher, you see all of Monaco. Who's leading at the moment?
For the moment is the Bologna Argonauts team. They have done 8 laps, still going around the speed of 10 knots, and closely followed by Physis Polymer energy boat.
So the most laps is
8 laps.
8 laps.
8 laps.
8 laps in 30 minutes.
Really
so
impressive.
that's not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Messina. We didn't see them yet this morning. The team from Messina, but they're also very committed and trying to do a lot here with their boats, and they're very nice team as well.
So it's really impressive that Italy has so much teams. Really, our neighbors, they have Messina, Physis, and all these teams have a really interesting project. They use renewable materials such as plant-based fibers. Now you can see, if I'm not mistaken, stuck in the harbor from Polito.
Argonauts going really fast. When they pass the others, they can also wave, maybe. And it's the pilot has a strange position. Doesn't use the seat, and he's pushing. Why is this pushing all the time? I'm quite I don't know.
Maybe she's trying to gain speed.
If she has to do this for 3 hours, it's gonna be quite. She's gonna be, or he. I didn't see.
I think
Sakti
it's
very happy, very happy to come and waves to the fans here. A very nice team as well,
Yeah.
who comes for a lot of time now. And Physis Polymer again here, team 23 with their engineer, who will have a little celebration. And they are. They first independently they organized their team this year, so their own event even. So they have created their own. Let's first look at this. Wow, this is great masterpiece. The way he took the turn there. No, they have their own event, which is a polymer nautical hub, and it was to create also a space where companies and experts of nautical industry could connect with enthusiasts and students. So they do a little bit what the Yacht Club of Monaco is doing as well, which is nice because the more opportunities there are, the more opportunities for young professionals and for these young engineers to be in touch with, I hope, their future, the future employers.
Yeah.
Adria still looking fine, and again, we also see a little bit on the sea, and I'm always impressed by the turns. There were again 2 boats turning at the same time. There they are with Adria. Oh, and an Italian just flying by. The poor boat from Biscaya here, from Bilbao, who is overtaken the Basque Country University, very proud to represent their region as well. And most of them are very proud. We saw this at the opening ceremony, the flags. They had a flag provided by the Yacht Club, but also their own flags, because that's important. Nereide, with a cockpit that is very much over the end, and they said no, there is no weight there. It is just that the cockpit is designed in such a way that it penetrates better.
Yeah, and we have a quick evolution in the rankings. So Bologna Argonauts are still first, but the Messina energy boats in Adria Racing are battling for the 3rd place, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment.
Yeah. And now we have Cambridge that we just see, but we moved again to Argonauts. Yeah, it's I don't know.
There is for the
and
moment
Hydrogats.
a 5-lap difference between the first and the 12th boat.
Yeah.
And we can see all the boats going towards the finish line, trying to complete another lap.
Yeah, sometimes when we see them from the front or from the back, we can see how much they move actually. The waves are pushing them a little bit, which means that the pilots are constantly working on the direction here in this race. And yeah, it's funny because sometimes they take a little bit different lines to come back. And that can have an influence as well, because if you come closer to the shore, there might be less current. If you go a little bit, it's also an important aspect when you are having a competition on the sea. And we see the drone that is taking the boat there, the Team Sakti, I think. It is really good to see them. And again, we see that the pilot is helping with the body. Also in the turns, we have the impression, you see, it's a little bit like a motor. It's University of Bologna, sorry. A motor. When they take a turn, they go and lean on one side to have a better turn, and it seems they're doing the same here.
And from the beginning, we've seen many different steering wheels from every team. Very small, very large, some using a little handle on one side to be able to turn faster, and some going back and forth from right to left to be able to control the trajectory of their own boat, as the Team Sea Shakti. We saw them do this a lot yesterday during the qualification laps.
Yeah, Team Sea Shakti always waving to their team, and we also see some flags on the deck here to encourage, to cheer for their pilot and their boat. And there are more and more people gathering there to come and see this very exciting Monaco Energy Boat Challenge, most important race.
Yeah, it's really interesting to remind that the Team Sea Shakti, they won twice the communication prize and also the Design Prize and Innovation Prize in 2024. So it's really interesting. They're maybe one of the favorites from this year. So we'll see how they'll do on the endurance race. And now we see the Biscaya Innoboat completing a lap. So for the moment, the Biscaya Innoboat have completed 6 laps. Really, really impressive. Sorry. I think so, yeah. And for the moment we see the Adria Racing team.
And action is not only on the water, it is also with e-racing, because this is also the future, and that enables also more people to participate, because everybody can do it. You can configure your own boat and do. So now we will show you a short video of what happened with the teams who are here in the e-race of yesterday evening.
Ah oui.
Yeah, we're back in with action. You saw that they're good at everything, these students, be it on the water, be it designing their boat, restructuring their boat, mechanical, electronical, everything. And here they are. Look at these flags, look at the fans that are happy and cheer for their country. And we can hear them. You can't, but we can hear them, and it is really nice. The first one did already 11 laps, so continuing to go well, to go fast there in this e-rally. We with number 18, the Argonauts. Argonauts are doing really well, and yeah, there we can see that Team Shakti will take the buoy now, and waving. As every turn she is waving, or he is waving, because I know there is a man and a women pilot. They are allowed as well to come into the harbor and change the pilot, but they need to come to the harbor by their own means, because if they don't go with their own means, they will have 1 lap penalty. So that's also important. DTU, our Stakhanovists, doing well as well. They did a lot of tests yesterday. Don't really know where they are in the ranking. Looking for them. They are 14th at the moment in the ranking. So that's also a good result, and they continue going. And it is Uniboat number 18 who is still leading us. The Argonaut going fast and steady. It's not fast and furious, but fast and steady here. This boat, really a good team here for the Argonauts. And yeah, it's they're working already on the second version of a fully in-house designed outboard engine, and they will be ready to showcase it in the future so that they can improve the challenges and build a reliable outboard motor. And they learned from 2026 that the boat had to be more solid, and it seems they learned it well. And thanks to the Yacht Club of Monaco for organizing these beautiful events where students meet the industry, where you have the future, a new era which is opening, where you have tech talks, where you have conferences, where the public can come and enjoy as well all those new technologies.
So it's really interesting from a point of view of the renewable energies, but you can see some teams developing safety suits also. The Physis team developed a safety suit with Kevlar and glass Kevlar to protect the pilot from potential explosion. We had yesterday the lieutenant colonel of the sapeurs-pompiers de Monaco, who spoke about the importance of safety, the care they take about hydrogen. So there is a big emphasis made on safety during this competition.
Yeah, it's Le Corps des Sapeurs-Pompiers de Monaco, but also the Yacht Club themselves, because we had the Deputy Director, Olivier Campana, who also explained us that this is an integral part of the training of the different people who come and sail or have yachts at the Yacht Club. It is something that you do every single day. It is risk management, and it is an important feature to underline indeed. You see the ranking there with Argonaut still in the lead, Messina in a second place, Hydrogats in the third one, Adria Racing in a fourth place, and Team C Sakti fifth. So going well, huh? All these teams, and yeah.
But what happened with Physis? Physis Polymer, if I'm not mistaken, were third at some moment. And Hydro Vinci was far away in the rankings, so they were able to take over the race almost. Wonderful to see this from Hydro Vinci team, our Gaulois. Very beautiful view on Monaco and back to Hydro Vinci. Battling with Adria Racing for the third place, having good speed of 8 knots, and you can see unusual structure, but they really wanted to put the emphasis on renewable materials, reuse, so they will be using plywood and bamboo for their structure. So many teams were able to catch up. So from the 1st to the 9th, to the 11th, there are between 12 and 8 laps have been done by each team.
Yeah, so it's a very open race at the moment. We can't say who will win.
No, absolutely.
I think until the last minute there might be something happening, and it's going to be interesting all over the 3 hours of this race. And in the meanwhile, we will also have some people coming and chatting with us to give them a little bit of their feeling. We'll try to give you a complete overview of what it is here, not only from the pilot's point of view, which is of course important, the engineering point of view, but also what is happening behind the scene, I would say.
So we see the pilot from the Hydrovancy boat drinking a bit of water, and this heat is really important. And back to the Bologna Argonauts, still first,
Still
completing their 12th lap. Impressive. And they are maintaining their speed and position.
And look at this turn.
Wow.
Just overtaking, taking the insides. It's, yeah, you see the difference as well. And we have our Gaulois, Hydrovinci. He seems to go all the place. Huh? The boat doesn't seem very stable when you see this, because there are some waves, and you can see how he's shaken from one part to the other at the moment. So, yeah, it's also something you have to take into account. I hope that. Oh, what is he doing? Oh no, it's okay. It's because of the.
You're afraid of the red flag.
I was afraid he would take something out, but it's also you have to take into account, and I hope none of them are seasick, because yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Yes, because I guess some of those were testing on the Seine. On the Seine, there are not that many waves, so it's not easy. Huh?
And now we are back on the Messina Energy Boat team from Université degli Studi di Messina. Second for the moment, completed 11 laps. The three first of the ranking basically have almost the same speed. So it will be really interesting to see how they are able to last for 3 hours. Will they be able to keep the 10 knots speed or not? And now we see the Innoboat from Biscaya. Innoboat Biscaya has a 10 knot speed also. Maybe he will be able to catch up. It's interesting to see how the speed evolves during the race, because they started at around 6 knots, maybe to get comfortable.
Warm up,
yeah, absolutely, for their motor, because yesterday we had overheating problems for many teams, only able to do 1 lap, and then they had to stop going back into the harbor. But if you can remember, if they are towed by the boat, they lose 1 lap. So nobody wants to get towed by the safety boat today.
Yes, indeed, and I must say that they really manage well for the moment. I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
I did not know what to expect, but when I see this is really the future on the water. Huh? It is really what we look forward to see in real, I would say, on the marketplace.
Yeah, and it's
Look,
even more. Yes, she's still pushing.
Trying to push the boat for really engaged. The pilot really trying to get it faster and faster. It's amazing. Yeah, their commitment.
Yeah. She wants to win at any price.
They need to have
Abs.
yeah, good abs to do this all the time.
So it's really difficult to be a pilot. You need to be lightweight, strength, endurance, because staying focused for 3 hours on a boat is not easy, especially going at this speed.
Is it maybe because they want to put the boat a little bit flatter, so that and it depends also on the waves. If there are some waves, you need to keep the balance and have the boat in a good position, so that you don't lose adherence with the water in a certain way.
Absolutely.
Because those boats are not conceived to be foils.
No.
And they're not allowed to have them. So it's
some of them tried to have foils, but unfortunately it's not allowed.
No, it's not allowed. No.
But they are trying still to develop. This is what is interesting with the engineering school, is that they love to innovate. So even if it's not allowed, they try to implement the foils, and maybe one day they will be able to compete with foils.
Or it will be an evolution and go in the AI, where I think foils are allowed.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you can see all these different cockpits. Look at this. We have a shark nose, or more or less, then we have the Gaulois on the end, and then a very flat one there in the middle from Spain. I see a Spanish flag on it. So really different types of boats, but nearly going on the same speed at this moment. Huh?
And for the moment, I think we only had one red flag, which is really good compared to the qualifying laps from yesterday. To be honest, I was a bit afraid because we had at least 5 red flags during the race. So
But it was also a test day
Yeah,
yesterday, because some of them were working on their boats for a long, long time and didn't have time to do a lot of testing. So yeah, they were trying several things, I guess, as well. It was a try and error in a certain way.
Yeah,
Adria.
you can see the funny shape of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
It's not round like a usual steering wheel, but when I was asking them, they say it was easier to take sharp turns, and it shows.
It's a little bit like a Game Boy
Yeah,
gaming
almost.
thing.
Almost.
It's, yeah.
And they are able to switch steering wheel. They showed me they have a different one for the slalom later on.
Yeah, different settings, different steering wheels,
Yeah.
maybe different propulsion, because they need to look as well what they can use at that moment.
So we are almost at 1/3 of the race.
Yeah.
At the moment, so we're going to make a little point of on the rankings. So Messina Energy Boat has taken over University of Bologna Argonauts. I see on the tracking software. So Messina Energy Boat is now first in the rankings. Argonauts are second, Team Sea Shakti third. Where is Adria Racing? Adria Racing is now fourth behind Hydrovancy. Really impressive from the French team. It's really impressive to see all these teams.
Well, look at the waving here from the team from Nereide, so which is a very strange boat weight for me when you look at it. But going steady, taking smooth turns, not too quick. Just and look how close they come here to the shore. It's number 5, Hydrogats, was really close, huh? We
Yeah.
can't even see them. Why such a large one? Because they're not very close to the buoy. This is another way. And there is a very beautiful wooden boat, sailboat, that goes out
Wow.
of the harbor there. And it's a little bit when history meets future, when you see these two at the same time. Huh?
Yeah.
It's brilliant, because it's also very good in energy. Huh?
Yeah,
It's sustainable, and but yeah, we learn from it all the time. And you shouldn't forget the past when you build the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we see the Messina Energy Boat, who are first and have overtaken the Bologna Argonauts team.
Team Sakti still going well, huh?
And so they are drawing inspiration from the Yali concept, that it's a design that emphasizes streamlined performance and durability. They try to use carbon-free materials like flax fiber and bioresin, reducing environmental impact without compromising strength.
Yeah, we were just seeing a sailing boat, and then we will go to our race director. But for Team Shakti, when we asked them who their team hero was, they said that it's Commander Abhilash Tomi, who was the first Indian to complete a solo non-stop circumnavigation of the globe under sail. When we said you shouldn't forget the past to build the future, again, they think about this as well. But really, thank you for taking time, Charles, because you are the race director. You have such a big responsibility here. Your work started about a year ago, I guess, to build this.
Started 12 years ago.
12 years ago. So yeah, it's even better. And I guess the studio sees that we have a visitor here. So if we could switch to the studio for just a minute. So, thank you for joining us, Mr. Race Director.
Hello.
How is it going?
I'm here with you, so it's going well.
That's what I thought. So, everything is under control.
Yeah, I feel that probably teams are better prepared and the weather conditions make it a safe race for the moment. The sea is flat, there's no waves, so there's no shocks. And I really think that there has been a great job done this year to have boats which are better prepared for the race. And we've been doing this for 1 year longer, so teams get a bit more experience as well. So it's good.
But when you say that the conditions are good, the heat, isn't that a little bit of an issue?
It is for me. For them also, I guess there's a heat issue because it's being monitored. So in the race control, which is over there, we have telemetry where we can see inside the energy class boats. And so we are monitoring the heat of the batteries, and we are making sure that it doesn't become a problem. The pilots also are monitoring this. They have their own controls, and this is why some of the boats stop sometimes to get the temperature down.
Okay. How did you design the race course?
So it's a long question.
Short answer.
Short answer is that we tried many things over the past. It's supposed to be an endurance course, but if you make it too long, the boats are small, it's complicated to control, complicated to check. So we started with long courses and then realized it was impossible to look at that correctly. So we shortened the distance of the courses. And in the first couple of years, there was a lot of work happening here, and we had to be on the other side. So when the work here finally ended, we managed to make this stadium, which is close to the yacht club. It's visible from the club. It's in front of Monaco, and then it was a matter of playing within the stadium.
Yeah, so that people, because I heard this morning that you also put another board so that they would come closer to the shore and could wave, and we see them doing it all the time, which is an important feature as well.
Yeah. I find them relatively quiet this year, but we have
Okay.
to wait for the last couple of turns. This is when things start to get heated up a bit.
And yesterday we saw a little bit of a issue with one of the dynamic buoys. Is the buoy okay? I know the boat is okay, but is the buoy also okay?
It's fine. It was chopped up, but not damaged. So now we are just we fixed it because it's back on the water. It was yesterday already back on the water. So interesting because everything went in the propeller from what I understood, but nothing was damaged. Just a bit of glue and it'll be back together.
And this is also an important piece for sustainability, because you don't need an anchor in the seabed. So it's also part of the global concept.
Yeah, there's really a big job done on this event particularly, but by the yacht club all year round as well, to stop throwing anything in the sea, and to basically the idea is to be less invasive. So you come and you don't leave any marks of you being there. And this is what we are trying to do here with the dynamic marks, with using anchors, but we're picking them back up as soon as we are finished, and it's small anchors for small buoys. So we have to at some point, because we can't have all dynamic marks, but it's looking good this year.
It is indeed. Is there anything you would like to tell us which is really important for you as a race director?
We've designed this for 3 major events, which is endurance, slalom and championships. The slalom and the championships tomorrow is going to be inside the harbor, and this is going to be amazing because the boats this year are really going fast. This is probably half of the reasons for my white hair on my head. So I'm really looking forward to this. We have done a lot of work to bring the race to the public and to get the involvement of everyone who is here and not just the pilots. So if you've not seen a day like tomorrow yet, you're in for a showcase.
I really look forward to it.
And I also would like to say a few words to the staff and volunteers of the Yacht Club de Monaco. A lot of work is being done by the club and by the staff to host this event, and a lot of it is happening also because we have a lot of people that are coming a lot from Monaco. They're our usual volunteers, and they're here with us for every event, and this one is not an exception. But we also have all the students or all the participants or people that have decided to join us and to help us. And it's great because year on, year out, we have the teams that are learning, and I feel that we are improving also due to their implication.
So it's not only learning for the universities, but it is also for all the people involved and the younger ones that have a learning path to get to your position maybe in 20 years.
Is it not like this for everyone?
It is, but you need to have good people and to lead them as well. And I have the impression there is a lot of leadership and management in these teams as well, and that's what you are showing as well. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and we see race control. Yeah.
And during this interview, there was a little evolution in the ranking. Adria Racing is back in the top 3. They have overtaken the team Shakti, Hydro-Vinci, and Inobot Biscaya. So Hydro-Vinci is now 4th, Team Shakti 5th, and Inobot Biscaya 6th. It's nice to see them at this spot, because yesterday, as I already said, they had many problems, technical issues, motor overheating, and during the qualification laps it was also a test, and it's now nice to see how the team adapts, because we had 5 red flags and we only had 1 today. So congratulations to the team.
Yeah, and actually it's maybe something that Charles just told us, that sometimes they have to slow down because the battery might go high in temperature. This is monitored by the teams, but also monitored by race control. So this also puts another challenge for the team. And we have received from race direction as well that after 1 hour of racing there were 15 laps for the Argonauts, 15 as well for the team Messina Energy Boat, 13 for the number 1 for Adria, and 12 for 7, 15 and 16, which means Hydro-Vinci,
Tameo and Star.
Tameo and Star, and 16 Team Shakti. So very good performances. And he tells us that it's very, very quiet, but I have the impression it's going well.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, indeed. I will warn
And for the moment we have a beautiful view of the harbour. And from Messina Energy Boat, they did an amazing comeback. They were 6th half an hour ago and they are now 2nd in the rankings. Really impressive. They've completed for the moment 16 laps, 3 more than Hydro-Vinci in the 3rd spot. And now we see Cambridge University, Riviera Racing. They've completed 9 laps, 14th in the ranking for the moment. And we can see Qatar, Sambuk Racing Team, 12th for the moment. So they have a very interesting technology for their propeller. It's a rim drive propeller. Instead of having a central shaft, It's rim drive, so all the blades of the propeller are fixed to the rim of the motor.
Yeah, and we just had the race director there, but now we are joined by a team with Monaco Marine and Hydrogaz Capgemini. Welcome. Can I please first ask you to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Angèle, I'm project manager at Monaco Marine and I'm a partner of Hydrogaz for the competition.
And I'm Hervé Burger. I'm the director of Monaco Marine University, which is the company in the group of Monaco Marine in charge of human resource development, recruitment, training for all employees and partnership with organization and school engineers.
But that goes well into the former interview we had with Charles, where we talked about management, leadership, and you completely in this. Is this the reason why you are participating here?
Yeah, for sure this event is a perfect event for Monaco Marine because it's a naval competition, so for sure this is a good one. And we work a lot with school engineers, and we have here all the students from all over the world, so it's a very good thing for us. And we aim to work on the new technology, innovation, sustainability. We have a challenge for this in the yacht industry, and so again, it's the perfect event. So it's why we are here today, and we support this team this year.
And as a project manager, what is really your task?
So with Max, we have been during the competition, sharing with the team all the skills about project management that we have, sharing with them also our technical data. Or technical director is also helping them with designing the vessel. We put with them also all the logistic and our shipyard for the sea trials to share with them this time. And it's like a partnership and a win-win moment with them to share also our works, what we are doing and how we can help them to build their future.
And you say to help them, do they bring also something to you?
Yeah, sure. We are sharing a moment together. They are coming with a new innovation, with a lot of ideas, and for example, they built fully the transmission. So we are quite impressed of what they have done and sharing this innovation with us, and it's really interesting.
Can you explain me what it is?
The transmission?
Yeah. What's new about this transmission?
They have done something that is fully in-house and custom built. So they have done all the calculation to reach a very interesting transmission to join with the toroidal propeller that they have designed too. I think is one of their specificity and quality to have done everything by themselves. It was first time that they designed fully apart. They need to contact the good people to manufacture them also, so it's part also of our work. So it was really interesting to build that with them.
Yeah, and it's especially the work of engineers to make this kind of custom-made transmission. This is the work they will do after they're studying, and they start now with this competition. And in Monaco Marine we have 40 project managers, and a lot are engineers. Majority are engineers and came from this kind of school. And so it's the idea is to mix and to have some mentors in Monaco Marine, like Angèle or Maxime, project manager in La Ciotat, and they work together with the team, with Hydrogaz. It's Arts et Métiers school engineers, and this is very great to have this opportunity to work students and employees in the same objective and same competition events.
Yeah, because there's a lot of synergy that is necessary to do this, but you're not always together. So how do you do throughout the year to be able to build all this?
Yeah, they are not so far because the team is in La Ciotat, and they are in Aix-en-Provence.
Okay.
So it's not too far, they can work together, and sometimes there is some works in the campus of Aix-en-Provence, and sometimes they came in one of our facilities in La Seine or La Ciotat. There was a big step with the sea trials in La Seine, but maybe you can explain a little how it happens.
I think during like all the year and the preparation, we try to have a regular meeting with them sometimes by coming on site or sometimes just by phone call or email exchange. It's quite a challenge, I think, to find a good communication way. And I think it's also a good train for them to be like to discussing with professionals and start to building their communication tools and improve them to communicate. And I think the main milestone was this sea trials in La Seine, so it was a long preparation with them, transporting the vessel. It was also for us to find with our artwork workshop to manufacture from a dart, because we use the hull of a dart to build them with the vessel that they have to be able to test and do sea trials. So it was a good moment during 3 days to experience this sea trial with them, and it's a very important moment to be ready for the competition.
And just I want to say that we are three, because there is Monaco Marine, there is Hydrogaz and Armetier, but there is also Capgemini. Very important because we are working together, and the team in Capgemini is amazing, like Hydrogaz. So it's a good challenge for everyone, but we work together very well. So it's good.
And after the competition, will you have a debrief? How will you go on with this, or is there something that is foreseen as a follow-up?
Yeah. It started before, because it was not the first year. Last year we were the sponsor for Hydrogaz and Star. we had 2 teams last year and 1 this year. But for sure we will continue, because there will be a new challenge after next year and next year. And this student will have to find a job. And we are here for this too, so if they are happy to come and join us, for sure, we are very more than happy to have some opportunities to get to be a project manager. So, yeah.
It's a great opportunity for them, huh?
For us.
And for you, okay.
Not only for them.
Yeah, but it's really one of the goals of this event as well.
Yeah, this is a goal, not only this one. The first goal is to have this kind of event, and for sure after, if there is some opportunity to have this kind of profile in our team, it's great for us, for everyone.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us that we didn't discuss about? Something specific, something personal?
No, maybe it's the subject of sustainability and reduce the environmental impact is very important, because there is for the yachting industry a real challenge on this. And the good news is that our clients, owner of a vessel, are now ready to go on this way. And so for the shipyards, for all the shipyards, we have to promote new technology, innovation in this way. To match with the owner of yachts and go ahead to this. I think this is a key point today.
And are they sensitive to this?
No, it goes so free. I think it will be the subject for the 3, 4, 10 years. But it's really important, because the yachting industry we know that it's not the key point. But there is so much technology now to reduce the environmental impact of yachts, so it's a great challenge for everyone. So good.
And for you?
I think Hervé is true on that point. I think we are here in the middle between these new technology boats that are experimenting things that can tomorrow become the new technology on the big vessel that we have here. And I think we are like refit shipyard, and it's really different from build, and it's like giving also our customers the opportunity to renovate their vessel and giving new technology in a vessel that is already built, so making them cleaner, greener, and also like experience new thing for owner. And I think our owner is more and more sensitive to that, and we are also try to push them in this direction, helping them with new solution, a big different solution depending what they need. And I think it's really interesting to be there at the beginning of the things. And I think for me it's also like very interesting moment to share something with the new generation of engineers. And we are like building something with them, preparing the future of our company too, or the future of them, and they're also being in a professional world for some days, and I think it's really interesting.
Thank you very much for everything you do and for this interview that is highlighting as well. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
all the best with the team. Huh?
Thank you.
No. That's the word. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
So what happened in between?
So in between there were loads of change in the rankings. So because we were speaking about Capgemini Hydrogads, so they went from the 15th place to the 12th. For the moment they have 12 laps completed and they are sailing at the speed of 6 knots, which isn't bad. And in the top 3 you have Bologna Argonos, who overtook Messina Energy Boat, completing one more lap on Messina. And very surprising, Inobot Biscaya went from 7th to 3rd.
Wow.
And really impressive for this team, who had overheating issues yesterday, and they were really able to adapt themselves and be ready for the endurance race, which they were focusing on.
But that's also the proof that these qualifying laps are so important.
Yeah.
Because then they can test, they can see what's happening, they can have different solutions, and helping the engineers can help the pilots. Because like in other sports, the pilot merci beaucoup, is feeling certain things. He
Absolutely.
can feel how the boat reacts. You can have all the telemetry you want, but you don't feel the boat, and this is an important factor as well. So having all those laps, like DTU did yesterday, probably also helped to have that very soft feelings, a very soft knowledge of how the boat is running.
Absolutely, and the communication between the pilot and the engineers is really, really important. Yesterday, during the qualification laps, when the team goes back into the harbor to fix the issues they met, it's between the pilot and the engineer discussion to identify, to do the diagnostic. Where is the issue? Is it the motor? Is it the battery? So really, really interesting to see the synergy in every team. And now we can see our Gaulois sailing, cruising, 5th for the moment. They were 3rd half an hour ago. Really, really impressive. To be honest, I didn't think they would be this high in the rankings. So I'm glad to see them there.
Do we have all the boats on the water? I think most of them are on the water. Huh?
Yeah.
And that's also nice to see.
But we weren't able to see the Hydros team from Indonesia, either the Marine Rob from Spain, and the Vancy Berlin team. Yesterday they were really good during the qualifying laps. They did many of them. So we'll see later on what happened. How come they are not here during the endurance race?
Look at this beautiful sea, because we just had talked with Capgemini, Hydrogads, Monaco Marine, and we see them there, a yacht care network, and they said how important it is for them here to have this event for recruitment, for training, for exchanging, and for working together on a more sustainable future.
And we are informed that in the live most comments are from India. They have a big support at home. So a big shout out to Nanga KCT and Nanga Abdidan. Thank you very much for watching this live. Thank you, India, and good luck in this race.
Yeah, they're doing really well, and they're very good in communication as well.
Oh, yeah.
That we are sure, and they show it every time. I really like when Yali is waving to us every time. Thank you.
Yeah, the team is really nice and really active on their social media. They were able to film a video with Jacques Pastor from the mayor's team of Monaco, who took them
Deputy
for a
mayor,
sea
yeah.
trial. Yeah.
Yeah, he took them to have some try on the Monaco seas because they're not that used to have waves. Fortunately, this time there are not that many waves. Huh?
And speaking about the Indian team, for the moment they are fourth in the rankings, which
Wow.
is really, really impressive.
A very good thing. And for the first time, they brought a women pilot.
Yeah.
So there are some, huh? Because they're light, but not only because they're light, please. It's also because they're good.
And the first in the classification ranking is a woman.
Yeah.
So
That
congrats to them.
shows that they're good. So we have our next. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Régie. Our next guest. And yeah, we talk about the past, we talk about the future, and you're a little bit in the middle, the energy observer. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourself?
So I'm Bénédicte Gallon, I'm the Deputy CEO of Energy Observer, and I just arrived a few months ago, so I'm quite new and still have some stars in the eyes.
I'm Jean-Baptiste Sanchez, one captain of the venture, and so I have started 7 years ago.
Wow.
So on this fantastic boat.
So can you tell us a little bit about the journey?
So in first, I want to thank the Monaco Yacht Club for inviting us during this incredible challenge. So I'm so motivating to see, all the young engineers in action. So it's really nice. Thank you very much. We are really happy and proud to do this world trip around the world with this boat during 7 years, powered by renewable energy and hydrogen. So what I can say about our boat, so we have tried to develop and optimize all the technology brick on board. We have tested many things, and now it's the end for this boat, but we will try to do some
Follow up and try to what we learned on the first boat, we want to improve it on the new one. So maybe we can start about talking about the new one. So the new one, this one, the one that you have in front of you, it's called EO1. And now we are going to build EO3, so that means we have a EO2 in the in the middle.
Yeah.
But the one in the middle
later.
is quite huge, and it will be delivered a little bit later. So let's talk about the new one, the EO3. So it's going to be a new catamaran, more or less the same size. It will be like 30 meters length and 12 meters wide. The main difference will be the weight. So right now we have the boat it's around 35 tons, and the new one is going to be 125 tons.
Wow.
So that means the technology will be very different. So as Jean-Baptiste said, we are producing our hydrogen on board directly from the water. The next one will be
Well done.
okay, 1 point, 1-0. So, and the new one, we are going to experiment a new way to produce hydrogen from ammonia. So it's a huge challenge. It's not only a challenge for us, but it's also a challenge for regulation, because for the time it's not so well common. So we have to discuss and to convince people that it's a very efficient way to produce hydrogen. And at the same time, we are going to change some stuff on the board, like the solar panel. We're going to change a little bit. They will be not outside, but they will be inside the cells, inside the roof, so to be much more protective from the extreme climate that we are going through. And we are going also to have 2 more ocean wings. So for the time being, we have the huge 2, it's almost 32 square meters of wings, and we are going to be 2 times bigger than those ones. So it's because we need more power to carry 125 tons. And we are going to start the construction, the building of the new vessel, beginning of 2026. And we are expecting the delivery mid of 2027. So that's mean we're gonna. Yeah, it's a long journey to do that, but we are very confident. We have very loyal partner for many years, and I'm sure that we're gonna find more to join us on this new journey.
How many are on board? Because you do a lot of experiments and so on, so you have different types of profiles on board as
And
well.
competency.
Yes, exactly. So we have generally 5 on board. Donc so one captain, one engineer system, one bosun, and 2 extra people. So for the audiovisual thing and
Scientific, a scientist and a journalist on board with us
Yeah.
also. The point of Energy Server is to experience, but also is to explain, to showcase what we are learning on board, but what we are discovering during the journey. And we are also developing some awareness program for young people, for students, to be sure that we are give skills to the right person for the future that we need all together. So we have 3 main missions, so that's why we have like specific people on board. But on the new board, we're
And-
gonna have
what you have to say also, it's a legendary boat because this boat has been built in 1983 at this time for Mike Birch, and it was a sailing boat.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And during all his career, so she got many records and race as Trophée Jules Verne in 1994 with Sir Peter Blake.
Wow.
Donc so
Yeah.
you know, it's, you feel something when you come on this boat.
Of course, you feel the past that feeds the future.
You know, as a soul or something.
There is, and what will it become? Will it be a sailing boat again?
But so when we have picked up the boat in 2013, it was as a wreck in Brestport,
Wow.
and so we pick it up and we transformed during 4 years. And so we are really, a floating laboratory. So we, as you can see, we have many solar panels. So we have optimized from the beginning, because at the beginning we have on board only 90 square meter. 2 years later, 140 square meter, and now we have 202 square meter. And as you can see, it could be really difficult to add any more solar panel on board.
and it's super hard for our feet when we have to go around. The future of this vessel, we are still looking for new opportunity. At the very beginning, we were looking to transform this vessel into a school, like to practice on board. But because of regulation and administrative stuff, it won't be so easy. So we are thinking now to transform it into a museum and to have like virtual activity on board to sail as you were a captain. You cannot be Jean-Baptiste, but you can dream to be Jean-Baptiste. So we are going to transform this place into a playground for everybody.
And I think you have also a special mission, because if we look, there are a lot of engineers here, but not that many women. And I think that's one of the points you want to highlight as well.
Maybe it's because I'm a woman, I don't know, but like living on board when it's nice, it's very nice place, but it's a little bit tricky. And I would say to have like a gender balance into the team, in every team, when you're on the ground and even on the sea, you need to have some balance. And for the time being, all the engineer and the marine crew was male, and we are looking for women. So that's one of the reasons that we're here also, to find new engineer. We are very lucky because for the time being we have Eva with us. She's an engineer at the end of her study, like she's in Central Supélec, and right now she's deliver a talk in front of many like bossy guys, and we want to increase and to be much more inclusive about this kind of profile with us too.
Which is also very important, because each one brings its skills and
Absolutely.
and
The balance.
sensitivity, and a good balance is essential in everything. Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Yes, so when we are thinking and saying that we are looking for new profile, by the end of the year we're gonna have new position for engineer. So that means you can apply through our website, whoever wants. And we're gonna start a new journey for the next 9 years about carbon neutrality. So that means we are looking also about partner, like industrial partner, but also different kind of partner for supplying and so on. So we are here also to welcome people who want to join us on this amazing journey. Thank you.
Le mot de la fin au capitaine.
No, but so me just I want to say maybe so this challenge fits so well so with our project. So I feel so yes, so exciting, you know.
It was really a pleasure to have you, and we wish you all the best with Energy Observer 3, and wishing that we can see all these young people coming and work with you, and wishing
With
you
great
to have
pleasure.
good partners to continue this brilliant experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
Thank you very much. So during the interview, we had a little evolution in the rankings. Hydro Vinci, who were fifth, are now seventh. But the top three hasn't evolved. Bologna Argonauts team is still first, going at almost 11 knots. Really impressive when you know that it has been an hour and a half that the endurance race has started. Closely. They've completed 24 laps, and the second has completed 21 laps. So they are a bit flying away from competition. But so Messina Energy Boat team has now completed 21 laps, sailing at 8 knots, and closely followed, only 2 laps behind, from Inoboat Biscaya, sailing at 7 or almost 8 knots. Really, really impressive to see this team here. And they are closely followed by the team Sea Shakti from India, with a big support in the comments. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, and it's already more than half of the competition, of the endurance race. So I would love to have to hear the pilots and to know how they feel. But from looking at them, they seem okay because they still wave. They're really happy. They continue doing their stuff, turning in rounds. I don't have the impression there are any issues, which is really great for them.
Yeah.
And race control is still keeping a close eye on all this.
Yeah, so we're going just to tell you about the rankings for the moment. So as you can see, I already told about the the 5 first teams. So in 6th position we have Electra from the University of Genova, who has completed 17 laps. In Adria Racing, that we saw at the beginning, really fast, really aggressive in the strategy, being now 7th. So maybe they were too quick in the beginning, maybe they had to adapt or just slow down because they had a little issue, who knows.
Or they're just waiting a little bit, cooling down, and then go for it again. No? Because it's not like a very experienced machine that you can use here. Every one of these boats are experimental.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see it even better with the qualifying lap from yesterday. Every sea trials that they could have, every time on the boat in the sea, they were able to the situation.
We saw for a while there the physics team was the Auguri to Eugenio, and they usually say that physics never sleeps, and I guess that will be the case tonight for partying as well. And this physics never sleeps is something that comes from the very first Monaco Energy Boat Challenge they participated in. They were a new team with very advanced teams, and there were very few compared to the 80 people there are now.
Wow.
80 people in the team, and they had to put in lots and lots of work to build a boat from zero. And so physics never sleeps became a kind of a motto for them. And even though it's their 4th time they are participating, it is still a motto that applies, because they say they have a workaholic, I never can say this word, approach to the team, and they have an attention to detail. And that's also important, I think, detail in every single segment of it, be it electric, be it mechanical, being design, be it sustainability, every single detail counts.
And specifically for this team using hypercar manufacturing technologies, they are aiming to push innovation while maintaining rigorous standards. They are using a few very high-end materials for the cockpit, using high-quality carbon fiber, known for its exceptional strength-to-weight ratio. So it's used to increase rigidity of thinner panels, and they also incorporated braided flax fiber. So we've seen many teams using flax fiber, plant-based fiber, easier and eco-friendly, easier to recycle compared to carbon fiber.
Yeah, and still going on this workaholic thing, they call the way they relax, I would say, after a long day. They call it pizza d'Ibra, because after long days they would go for pizza, of course, Italian, and they would continue talking about the boat, but also celebrate the achievement they had in each day, or complain about some frustrations. And they go to a pizza which is managed by someone called Ibra, so that's why they always call it pizza d'Ibra. So da Ibra, pizza da Ibra. So it's a very nice thing to do as well. So, and from these 80 that are on the team, 21 were on site. And this is not,
Wow.
that must be a difficult choice as well, huh? To know from these 80 people who worked days, nights for so long time, and then having to choose only some,
Yeah.
the 21 who are here, it's, not really easy.
Yeah, it could be really frustrating for some of the team, but sometimes you need to sacrifice for the team. So this is also the spirit of the challenge. Be here for others, and it's nice to see this from the physics team. And I would like to say that they did a few improvements from since next year on their cockpit, making it even lighter and spacious to be more comfortable for the pilot, especially during this kind of race, the endurance race, being more ergonomic.
Yeah, we see there Messina on the screen with 30 persons there in the team of Messina, and they tested the boat on the coast of Messina. And it's a second participation, and so they call it Guglielmino 2. So that they have redesigned the cockpit that you see there. They have replaced the engine and developed a data transmission system to make the boat smarter.
Yeah, we already said that the data transmission system is really important for the race control, because sometimes, even if the feeling of the pilot is really important to know if the boat is going well or not, sometimes they don't realize that the battery is overheating. Sometimes there is fumes getting out of the battery, and in this case they have to jump as quickly as possible out of the boat just to keep themselves safe, because in this case we don't really care about the boat. The safety of the pilot is really the priority.
We already had safety as
Yeah.
it's really, we have two lines across everything. It is sustainability and safety.
Of course.
And this comes together here in the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge.
Yeah. So this is physics, yeah.
Yeah,
You can see.
clearly marked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on the rear hulls. Really nice profile of the cockpit. And you can see a bit of a hypercar in the profile of the cockpit, very aero. You see the high-end fibers of carbon. Really nice. Oh, this is Adria Racing.
Yeah.
So how's going the ranking for the
I
moment?
think they're back into speed, huh?
Yeah. So we've seen that the University of Bologna Argonauts team has slowed down a wee bit. Oh, as I'm saying this, they are speed up again. but they are at 11 knots almost. And the Messina Energy Boat team has slowed down a wee bit, going to 8 knots only.
Et je viens juste de faire la sécurité d'un bateau à moteur hydrogène sur le quai, c'est pour ça que je suis un peu en retard.
And the Adria racing team are speeding up. Maybe they want to overtake Hydro-Vinci. Hydro-Vinci is only going at 7 knots, while Adria Racing is going at 10 knots. Wow, really, really fast. They are speeding up. I think they want to close the gap with Hydro-Vinci.
Ils en sont à combien de temps de course là?
1h47.
Ouais, on est plus de la moitié.
Yeah, 1h47 of racing at the moment. So we look forward to the point at 2 hours to see what will be happening at that moment.
No team has stopped already. Everybody is still going.
H2 Fly?
H2 Fly has been towed out of the race, but since this accident, we didn't have any more. So it's a great thing to see.
C'est pas celui-là qui fonctionne?
And now the Messina Energy Boat team still second, have completed 22 laps.
Oh, look. It's just overtaken, yeah.
Right.
It's just not as fast. And we see the solar panels on the Elettra Unige team. And this team is... we asked them, is there anything you would like to say to the others? And they said, follow your curiosity and don't be afraid to ask questions. And I think this is very true, because it's only when you ask that you will learn, and not waiting for things to come with you. And he says that you have to stay open to learning from failures as well. So we have our next guest with you, Monsieur Jérémy Lagarrigue. Thank you for being with us. You are the president of the jury, I think.
Yeah, it is correct. Thank you for having me and being able to be with you and for the comment during this amazing long distance race. That's exactly promoting what we want to show, a zero emission solution representing 1 liter of diesel, so 10 kilowatt hours on board the boat, trying to go as far as possible. And I see we just passed 50% of the race, and we are on track to beat the record. Cross the fingers that everything continue in a good way.
Yeah, sure, because they really deserve it. And when we see the hours they're working on this, they're really committed. But you committed as well. So what is the role of a president of the jury?
The role of a president of the jury, in fact, I have several positions during the event. I am in charge of the technical inspection. So that's, in my opinion, one of the most important, because we need to be sure that everyone is safe. The competitors, the student, but also the organization and the boat close by, even the press. This 10 kilowatt hours of energy represent quite a huge amount of energy, and we need to be sure that it's stored in a correct way, that the voltage we have on board can go close to 100 volts, so it can be a bit risky also for some students. So we need to be sure that all the safety procedures that we applied in the rules are respected. And that's why we have this technical inspection during 2 days before the first day of racing, which is today and yesterday, the first day of qualification. And my second role as a chairman of the jury, during the event, we are trying also to promote the innovation and the wish and the goal of the student and the university. So we have several awards along just the sports results, which are a prize given by La Fondation du Prince Albert II, in order to give 25,000 € for the winner of that prize. That prize is there to give a little push of the students that want to create a sort of spin-off from a university. on a project that will have a real impact on decarbonization of the marine industry. We need to have a sort of not just a prototype, but a proof of concept that has already done before being validated by the jury. And yesterday night we have a sixth presentation, and we will have quite a tough discussion tonight to qualify who will be the winner. And on top of that, we have several other prizes. One prize is really aligned with the value we want to promote. It's the Eco-Conception Prize. This Eco-Conception Prize will go to the teams that have performed the best life cycle analysis and with the less impact. For sure, we are taking in consideration the distance they are flying from. So we in order to be able to compare some Indonesian teams and a team coming from Geneva, which is, I guess, the closest team this year. We have no more Monaco team this year, but some sponsor for sure. And we have another prize, which is an innovation prize. So it's fully dedicated into the innovation. And the last one is a design prize performed by, I'm not the jury chairman. The jury chairman is Gilles Vernet, one of my close friends. He's responsible for the design office of Oceanco. And it's really trying to give the student not only an engineering point of view, but also, the design. It's sort of a job that you need to mix something where it's touching the emotion, but also being realistic as an engineer point of view. And it's a mix in between the two that we are trying to highlight with this design prize from the jury. So it's quite a tough mission because we have 12 very famous and high quality people around the table as a jury. And as a jury chairman, my job is mainly to try to align everyone behind the goal we have at the Yacht Club of Monaco by promoting the event.
Yeah, but the fact that you will have a tough time shows the quality as well of all these teams that are here. Is this evolving with the year? I guess that you can see a certain change year by year.
Excuse me, I put back my sunglasses because there is too much sun. Yes, it's increasing a lot. The level of the students, the level of the participation, but also the connection with the industry. That was something we really want to push forward with the Yacht Club of Monaco, having a real connection in between the student and the industry. That's why we create another platform named Job Forum, where some of the sponsors of the event, some of the sponsors of the students can come and have a sort of fast interview with the students that can apply to those companies. It's huge success from all the companies that want to come here. We have also a conference cycle to highlight the innovation, to foster a bit what are the technology to try to decarbonize the marine and the yachting industry. And that's really representing and putting the Yacht Club of Monaco as a capital of the advanced yachting. That's what we are really willing and pushing for. And today this is the biggest and the best event for students in the marine industry you can have worldwide. And we see some amazing innovation. We have this year liquid hydrogen on board the boat. We have AI on BMS of a battery, and those are exactly the new technologies that companies like the one I am the CEO of is pushing to put on the market. And it's very amazing to see such advanced technology perform or try to be performed by the students, and with the quality they can achieve.
And when you say that it will go to the market, what is the time lapse between when they do it here and the moment it will be available? Just a range.
I do not want to give the result about the decision of the jury, but we have seen already 2-3 companies coming on the market after being highlighted during this show. And I hope the ones that will receive the awards tomorrow will be in this position. So you can consider in between 2 to 3 years' time having a real company or spin-off from university at least coming out after being highlighted during the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge.
Which is really short, actually. Yeah?
It is very short, but we have also to consider it's a hard job, for the student to come here. We do not consider that it's I don't know how many thousands of hours for them to to be able to fill all the first regulation we are requesting from them, and after having the quality enough to compete with the other team. These thousands of hours are a sort of investment, and that's the first step they need to, after realize, okay, we have done quite an amazing job. Why do we stop here? And this is something unique we put onto the other student, into the university, that does not exist in the industry. The industry need to be decarbonized. Okay, we can continue and create a company, and that's exactly what we are pushing with a jury. And very happy to give them a chance to push forward the boundaries of decarbonization.
And also, I believe to have your own company, you need management skills, you need leadership skills, and they have to show it here as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's I don't know if the people that are looking at the moment on live can imagine that, but we have some teams that have 25 people. It's a real company. We are trying to highlight during the event. And on top, if you want to create a company, you have to be really well organized, to be supported by us as a jury, but also by your future investors, sponsors that want to push your ideas and your company forward. So you need to be really well organized, and that's a sort of how do you say, acceleration of being a manager, or acceleration of being an entrepreneur to create your own business. And the good thing is that they can also take example from the other team that succeed in the previous year to try to be as good as they have seen in the past. And that's why I hope we see that the level is increasing year after year.
Are there also patents that are erasing from this?
Yes and no. That was the first time yesterday we have seen a team that did not want to go a bit in details because they want to create a patent behind the innovation. And most of the time we are trying to create a sort of open source innovation, so trying to foster everyone around the event. We know that as long as you have economical engagement behind, we cannot reach that. That was also a sort of break to be able to have the connection with industry if it was very open source for everyone. So we are trying to have a sort of equilibrium in between the secret of innovation and also being able to share the innovation with as much people as possible. But we have both. We have some patent, we have some secret-based mainly code, and we have fantastic open source. And we can give them a big applaud, like Technico Solar Boat. It's a Portuguese team. Unfortunately, they do not have this year yet the success they deserve, but they were the first team really giving all their development to the other team for free as an open source on battery management system, on energy management, in designing everything. And that's exactly the spirit we need, because it's not anymore a competition when you are speaking about, okay, we are here for what? We are just all here because we know that we need to invest our energy, invest our skills to try to have a better world for the next generation. I love my kids, and I really have this wish in my heart that I need to invest my time to try to create solutions to decarbonize the world. I have these skills close to the marine industry, so that's why I'm here. And they have exactly the same. So as long as it's a race we must win, as we have on the Yacht Club of Monaco boat, we are all together in the same world, and we are pushing boundaries all together. But at the end of the day, if you are coming on the business realities, then you need to see that there is a differentiation in between your project compared to the other one.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, no, I think this year, when I designed those boats, that was in 2017, so almost 8 years ago, And this year we are reaching the number we were targeting. So we were targeting 250 kilos with the pilot. We are, let's say, on average 10 kilo heavier than that, but very close to. And we were targeting a speed at 25 knots. And from the number I have seen yesterday, some pass it, some are close to 25. So yes, that's the first year we see the boat are going quite fast, and if some of the students will see the video, be sure that's so funny to drive, so funny to have a competition trying to beat his friend. So we know that when we do some karting, most of the people love that, or they play at Mario Kart, you know, on station. And there they can do it with their friend, their student friend, on the sea with a real impact. And that's what's amazing in this event. And in one of the most beautiful places in the world with a very beautiful host, and where the student can enjoy a lot. So I think that's just the beginning about the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. We really want to have other university, other students coming from far here. I was yesterday with some Japanese that are looking forward to join the event. And if the event have more and more people, we are keen to open the event to go abroad and to create other Monaco Energy Boat Challenge in some other country, to try to have even more people, even bigger community, to try to push the boundary and give a better world for the next generation altogether.
A World Series of the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge.
Yes, that's ongoing, you know, and this community of people, all the students that work on that project, they will have this image of this week their whole life, and they will always be kind to put their energy in decarbonizing the world. And something very important, because we are speaking a lot about decarbonization, but all the technology here is zero emission. When we speak about zero emission, it's not only CO2, you know, but it's also the NOx and the SOx, all the polluant we have in the air. And we have to know that today, 99% of the population in Earth is breathing a polluted air. And that's the main cause of premature death in the world. We all know kids, we all know a friend that have some breath issue, and we really have to take care of that, because we are for sure fighting against the climate change, but most of the people will die first due to the pollution. So what we are doing here is not only trying to save a few degrees on the planet, but it's saving the people and the friend we have close to us that cannot breathe anymore.
Thank you so much for this insight, and thank you for everything you do here. It's
With
brilliant.
pleasure.
Thank you.
See you soon. Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
And during this interview, there was a very, very big comeback from Adria Racing from Croatia. They were 7th, and they are now 2nd. They have gapped almost 5 laps on the first. They are only a lap away from the University of Bologna Argonauts team. They are going really, really, really fast. It's really impressive. And I would like to congratulate the team of Unige Elettra from the University of Genova, because as the Hydrogaz team from France, they also switched to a custom transmission system that they designed themselves. So it's not easy to do, and the work pays off, because for the moment they are 4th in the rankings. So congratulations to them, very impressive. And for the moment we can see the Ensta Paris Tameo boat. So what is the ranking? So for the moment they are 10th. They have completed 23 laps. Oh, they've just overpassed the Team Sea Shakti. What happened with Team Sea Shakti? They were 3rd at half an hour ago. It's important to see that we've just passed the 2 hours of race. So there are changes in the ranking. Teams that went a bit too quick in the beginning, or maybe Team Sea Shakti has to cool down their motor, and we'll maybe see them back in the top 3. Well, I hope so, because they have loads of fans in the comment section. And let's talk about Inobot Bizkaia. Inobot Bizkaia, they were third. They were third minutes ago. And now they are 8th in the classment and the ranking, sorry. So they completed 24 laps. Really impressive for a team which had big issues yesterday. Now we still see the Bologna Argonos team cruising, but Adria Racing has as many laps as them. They are reducing the gap. They are chasing for first place. Really, really impressive from Adria Racing. Will they be able to gap to return on the Bologna Argonauts team? Oh, it seems that the Hydrogas Capgemini boat is stopped in the middle of the marina. What is happening? It seemed like he tried to jump out of the boat. It would be nice to have another image of the Hydrogas Capgemini team's boat. So it seems that we have a problem from the Hydrogas Capgemini Monaco Marine team, shaking an orange flag. Hopefully it's not a too big issue, that we'll be able to come back in the endurance race.
Yeah, unfortunately, but we are in the last 15 minutes, and I guess this is the moment where we might, unfortunately, see more of this. Don't forget, if they can't go back by their own means, they will lose one lap. So it's important for them. They were doing well, and we had the people there, so it is quite interesting to follow.
He's waiting to get towed by the safety boats. He had completed 19 laps for the moment.
Which is not bad, huh?
Not bad at all. Well, there's still 10 laps difference between them and the first, but it's still really, really impressive for a team that has developed their own transmission system. So,
yeah,
congratulations.
That's what they just explained.
Yeah, yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a few minutes ago.
It's a very, very big challenge, very big challenge.
It's a very problem at a certain moment, unfortunately. And you look at the disappointment on the face of the pilot. You have the impression it's trying to soften the cockpit, to say to the boat, oh, it's not a problem, come on, you did well, we're still friends. So I'm waiting for the régie to tell me whether we can start with our next guest in the studio, who is Nathalie Kever for C-Index, and as soon as I get an okay, we will start with this interview while watching closely what's happening.
Yeah.
Noé, I count on you to watch what's happening, if there is anything. And we also have Rachel Ercole, also from C-Index. So thank you for being here, both of you. And I guess we'll have an okay in a few moments.
And really, really interesting, there is a big change in the rankings. The University of Bologna is now second in the rankings, overtook by Elettra, University of Genova. The University of Genova has also switched to their custom transmission system. So for them to be able to be first in this race at this time of the race is really, really, really impressive.
So we could say chi va piano va sano e lontano. It's really this. They went a little bit
So this was maybe one of the strategies to go a bit slower in the 2 first hours, and if they had still energy left, they would go faster in the last hour, because we can see a few teams are stopping, like the Hydrogads.
Okay, so you keep an eye, huh? You keep an eye on
don't
what's
worry.
happening there, and we will have our interview with Sea Index, the two ladies from Sea Index. We've been talking a lot about sustainability, and it's at the core of this event, together with innovation and future technologies. You are really also at the core of sustainability. Can you tell us a little bit what the Sea Index is?
Thank you for having us. So yes, my name is Nathalie Kever and Rachel Ercole. If you would like to introduce yourself, Rachel.
Yeah, nice to meet you, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. Well, I'm Rachel. I joined the Sea Index a few months ago, so it's quite a new challenge and adventure for me, and I'm glad to be beside Nathalie. Even if I joined the club 5 years ago, now it's a new chapter who we'll try to write together.
So Sea Index was developed from 2020. I joined the club in 2021, and initially we were measuring carbon emissions based on the constructed data of the vessels. And now what's happening, and what we've done today, we've announced thank you. What we've announced for the super yachts. So we have a certification in place for the carbon emissions that we have in partnership with Lloyd's Register. So it's very important for us to have third-party verification. And yesterday we announced with Bureau Veritas that we are collaborating with them on the noise pollution, because it's very linked to the energy intensity of the vessels. And today, this morning, we just announced with Atmos Sud a collaboration with them to measure atmospheric pollution and NOx emissions, for example.
So it's a journey that is expanding,
Yes.
and I guess that's why you more and more people on the team as well.
Absolutely.
So the
Exactly.
future of the project.
So, well, the announcements are good, but now all the work has to be done, and that's why Rachel and I, our daily chores and pleasure is to certify the yachts to begin with, to interact with the members of the yacht club, to discuss with our partners the ports, the destinations. We've also expanded and exported the Sea Index outside of Monaco. So now we have a network of port destinations that goes from Saint-Tropez in France all the way to Saint-Florent in Corsica. We will be announcing more ports in Italy very shortly. I don't want to spoil the news, but we have some good news that's coming out for that as well. So we have, and we've also expanded to the Seychelles, Port Eden Marina and Port Victoria. And so all that work to implement the Sea Index, which is basically to attract the less impactful boats in these destinations, is what needs to be done by our service here, our department here at the Yacht Club.
And this is really part of your overall CSR policy at the Yacht Club. Huh?
Exactly right. The human side is very important, and the Yacht Club is very active as far as that's concerned. But yes, exactly. We are a pillar of an initiative called the Monaco Capital of Advanced Yachting. And so we're all in the same department, so the CSR department, the Sea Index, La Belle Classe Academy, we all work together in a big office. And of course La Belle Classe that offers the sustainability courses that are related to the crew. And also for owners as well that are interested in those topics. We will be expanding those with the Sea Index as well. And so yes, it's a big living organism that's moving towards more sustainability with clarity, with lucidity, being lucid as well, but definitely with concrete actions. Yeah.
And as Son Altesse Sérénissime said, you have to put your actions should reflect your words. So that's exactly what you are doing with this as well.
Exactly, and we're doing it with great passion. Obviously, we're at the service of the Principality and His Royal Highness, His Serene Highness, sorry. And so, yes, we're doing it for the Principality because the Principality and His Serene Highness has been doing this for over 30 years, and we are just doing. We're a small cog in a much bigger wheel of the policy of the Principality. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to tell us before?
Well, seeing everybody here, the new generation, that's what we're doing it for, right? So this is great. This is really great.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for all you do and to expand this to the world as well, because the yachting industry needs it, and you are the driving force behind it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, Noé.
So during this interview, we have the Capgemini Monaco Marine team, the Hydrogads boat, who is getting towed back into the harbor. I think they have a big technical issue, and will they have time during the last 40 minutes to come back? And on the screen you can see the Nereid UTT from the University of Troyes cruising 10 knots. They've completed 19 laps, which is really, really good.
Yeah, it's now that the action is getting in.
Yeah.
We can see that the crews are still trying. There are still 2 Italian crews in the front and Atria in a 3rd position at this moment. So still going well. We just see them there on the screen, the team for Atria. We can follow them, and yeah, what do you think? What is your feeling at this moment of the race?
I think we're going to have many changes. It's going to get even more dynamic race after the 2 hours, because now the batteries are going to be empty, or maybe they're realizing they still have energy that they can use. So I think some teams are going to go much slower than we thought, and some teams are going maybe to wake up and catch up with the speed of the first. What about you? What do you think about
I look
this last
forward
hour?
to this last half an hour, because I also think there will be more energy from the teams here on the dig. That the stress and everything. It's like all these endurance races, and even an F1 like here, Grand Prix in Monaco. You always feel in the last moments that the tension builds up. That you have, you're so close to the finish that you want to get there.
And specifically for the podium, because the 3 first teams are really, really close. They have completed 35 and 34 laps. So they are close, going almost at the same speed. So we'll see how it evolves in the next 40 minutes. But
look at this mano a mano between the 2 there, and the one still pushing. Well, you see, always this movement. She didn't touch her seat, I think, for nearly 2.5 hours. Always pushing the boat. Always incredible. And they're coming up to the Danish one. Look at this.
Wow.
What a beautiful side there. You have the Danish who is cruising, but comfortably. And looking left and right, these 2 Italian fast boats coming. It's really a nice picture that we have here. And you can see the 2 pilots always looking at each other. I just hope they don't forget that they have their batteries that they have to take care of, and they're not taken by the competition here. Huh?
so these 2 teams are the first 2 teams on the podium. Bologna Argonauts team in Elettra from the University of Genova. But they are separated by 1 lap.
Yeah, an interesting turn. Huh?
Yeah.
One lap. Who is leading?
So the Bologna Argonauts is leading for the moment.
So
and Elettra is wishing to gap this lap.
I just see there that Elettra
I think
jumped up. Ooh, in Portuguese, technical.
Maybe technical
Still
issue.
Going. Yeah, good. But it was interesting. I don't know whether you saw the turning at the buoy. One went from the outside and took the inside, and the other one did the opposite. And they started the turn together, and ended it together nearly, but the one who was more at the outside had more speed to continue, didn't have to stop that much, and so took a little bit of an advantage, about 2 boat lengths there, and keeping it, although while I'm saying it, the other one is coming back. This will be the highlight for the last half an hour, I believe, between these two.
And we still have Adria Racing that wants to catch up.
Are they in the same lap with Adria Racing?
So we can see them on the screen. Adria Racing is doing their 34th lap, as Electra Unigier is doing. And University of Bologna, I think there's maybe a problem with the tracking software, because they have 35 laps. And they are second on the ranking.
So let's see, or maybe there was a penalty, because
probably.
sometimes there are penalties. Don't forget this.
Yeah, absolutely. If they are being towed by the safety boats, they have 1 lap penalty. And this is the Adria Racing boat passing the Ravel line. Very sharp turn, closely followed by, I think, the Inno boat Biscaya. And now we see the Poly 2 H2 Fly back in the water.
Yeah.
They had a technical issue at the beginning of the race. So they have now completed 3 laps and going at a 10 knot speed, which is really, really impressive. And I think we have a problem with our Gaulois. The Hydro Vinci team with the Hydropath boat is stuck on the water. They seemingly are joined by the safety boat. It's so unfortunate because if you remind well, they were 3rd an hour ago. So it seems to be a problem. There is a problem for the Hydro Vinci team, for our Gaulois.
I'm just waiting for the régie to give me the okay. No, you just look at me and the camera.
What a wonderful pilot.
You don't have to take it.
Very brave. He's waiting for the safety boats to tow him. Oh yeah.
Oh, les Gaulois seem to have a problem.
Yeah.
But they all have a paddle with them. So they could also try to come back paddling, not to lose a lap.
It's only half an hour left, so maybe half an hour of paddling.
I can give some training. So we're waiting for the régie to give us the okay, because we have a very interesting guest again here with us. And we can start. Thank you. So can you please introduce yourself and come close to the mic?
Yes, sure. Like this, it's better. Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm asking the teams, how are you? I hope you are all doing great on the water. I'm really proud of you all. I just wanted to transmit this message. Well, my name is Szilárd Cibere. Currently, I'm responsible for the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. I'm responsible for the development of the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge, and I'm an electrical engineer.
And I think you have a journey to get to this position, no?
Yes, so actually I started as a solar boat racer, and I came to the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge for the first time in 2018. And last time when I was a racer, it was 2021, and I was part of the Hungarian solar boat team, BME solar boat team back then.
And then you went to the job forum, and that's how you came here, or they just approached you? And
no, actually I stayed close to the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge all the time as a volunteer, and later I joined the team, and now here I am, and I'm trying to transmit all the energy, all the experience that I gained, and I want the teams to profit this, and I want to help all the teams to develop and have the experience and the journey what I had. I think this is a great opportunity for all the students. This is a unique opportunity coming to Monaco and basically showcasing their knowledge, their expertise in a form of racing on the water. And I have to tell that the innovation, the level of the quality is amazing. It's getting better and better every year. The teams are more and more amazing. and I really hope to be part of this journey, and I am really happy to be part of this journey, and I hope that this will continue in the next years.
And you said you were in the BME Solar team. They are this time in the very new class, the AI
Yes.
one. So that's also an evolution.
Yes, that's also an evolution. The challenge itself, it's on a constant learning curve. So basically we want to challenge the students all the time. That's why we are the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. It's like a constant challenge. And this year we launched the AI class. This is a completely new class for fully autonomous units on the water. And yes, as you mentioned, my old team, the BME Solar Boat team, is on the water. Racing in this class, and I also would like to emphasize the fact that my other old university, DTU Float Forward, is also on the water. I'm really proud of them as well, so I also want to say hello to DTU and also to BME.
DTU Fast Forward, it's the Danish
Yes.
team. We saw them doing a lot of laps during the qualifying.
Yes, it's amazing. Basically, this year the rookie teams, they are doing an excellent job. So you have to see that this is a long journey. It takes thousands of working hours for many of the students. You have to synchronize many different working departments, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and a lot more. And being here after a year and being on the water and still competing in the endurance race after half of the challenge, this is a great achievement, and I would like to convey my message to all the rookie teams that you are doing an amazing job, and keep going.
Yeah, and I can see from the smile on your face that you are enjoying it as well. Huh?
Yes, I really do.
Thank you very much, Szilárd.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We enter the last half hour of the endurance race. It is, this is the moment.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we see one boat which is towed in, which is the Gaulois.
Right.
And they did well up to now. They have laps, huh? So
26 lap, but they're going to
26.
lose one because the 1 lap penalty.
One, but okay, it's not too bad. I Vinci. It's a good result, because at the beginning they were a little bit in trouble in the qualif, and
Yeah.
And here we are with the boat from Spain, from
Inoboat
Inoboat Vizcaya.
Yeah. So they were third an hour and a half ago. So maybe they changed the strategy. Maybe the motor overheated. We'll probably learn about it after the race. But I would like to speak about the Nereid team from the University of Troyes, who are at the moment 14th in the ranking. So this year they put the emphasis on using reusable materials, and especially in the composite materials. So their most impactful innovation this season is the design and fabrication of a cockpit using natural fibers in low carbon epoxy resin. So once again, the epoxy resin makes the recycling of the carbon fiber really difficult. So there is loads and loads of research and development in this kind of department to make it more eco-friendly. So they also focused on optimizing the weight, reducing environmental impact, and improving the manufacturing process by combining innovative materials and technique. So in the natural fibers, plant-based, they are using flax fibers as other competitors. And flax fiber is both lightweight and eco-friendly. And as France is a leading producer, it allows them to promote a sustainable and locally sourced resource, which is really interesting. Local sources is also a way to get energy and to reduce the impact of getting energy.
Yeah, for sure. And that's all the good thing about this Monaco Energy Boat Challenge. Huh? They can test new things. And as we heard from Jérémy Lagarrigue, there are some companies who are interested in what they are developing. So it is an incredible opportunity for them as well, not only to test, but to develop afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. It was interesting when he told about the open source part of the patent. They are keeping some things secret, but also some of their discoveries are shown and showcased during this event to show to the entire world the new innovation, new technologies. It's really important for the future of engineering.
And it's also something they have to do in the tech talks.
Yeah.
So in the tech talks, everything they give must be open source. So it is really good because all the other teams can come and listen. So there is a synergy between the different teams at that moment, and maybe that makes innovations for the year after.
Absolutely. This is the spirit of the Monaco Energy Boat Challenge, sharing ideas and bringing new innovation, new technologies. And so for the moment, Capgemini Monaco Marine has rejoined the harbor. They still have technical issues. Maybe they will be able to fix them during this last half an hour.
And some book racing still going good for their first participation, coming all the way from Qatar to compete here. The smallest team, but very driven team. And yeah.
Yeah, they have this really interesting solid-state lithium battery. And maybe they will be able to increase the intensity in the last half an hour to catch up on the other teams. For the moment, they are 13th in the general ranking.
We just got a message from race control, and it is the line will be closed at 1:01 exactly. So it's yeah. How long does it take for them to make one lap usually? For the fastest one, it's what? It's 0.66.
0.66. I think they are doing.
And more cheering, huh?
Yeah.
With Nereide passing DTU here at the board. You don't see it, but we see because we can hear the cheering. And when we hear the cheering, we just look around and then we can see what's happening on the big board there, the big Monaco Energy Boat Challenge board that is at race control. It's yeah, it's a good place we have here. We are very fortunate to see and what's happening on the screen and what's happening there. Cambridge still going fast, still going. Cambridge who worked quite a lot on their boat as well. And
for the moment they have completed 23 laps and are ranked 12th.
Which is also good, huh?
Yeah. We need to remember that it's their second participation, and that if we can say second, because last year they had a throttle problem that they weren't able to fix, so they weren't able to compete.
And you told me that H2Fly is again in the competition, which is really good. I'm so happy for them because they were up all night. Because the electronic parts didn't follow the laws that they were supposed to follow. Wow. And when one thing was going, another thing went wrong. So it's really good to see that they're here again. And Hydrovinci, yeah, they had also some issues because there was a problem at the beginning between in the communication between the gas manette that they have, the gas it's not a pedal, and the motor. So there was nothing wrong with the motor. You remember in the qualifying, they were sometimes stopping. There was nothing wrong with the motor. It was just the manette, the little pull thing that they have to actionate it that didn't work. And what's really weird is that it's a cable. So
it's really a cable?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they didn't understand how it was possible.
Well, we have seen different strategies in the steering wheel area. Some teams use a rope as their first safety layer, but some other use it as a third layer, as in the AI class. If I'm not mistaken, some of them use the rope to link the steering wheel with the rudder at the rear of the boat, just to be sure to follow the movement of the boat with the steering wheel. And this is the Sea Shakti boat that we haven't seen for a while. And for the moment they are ranked 6th and they have completed 30 laps, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah, and another message from race control. Actually, they're using the official hour of the Principality of Monaco. So it is really precise. Huh? There they are, Polito, H2 Fly. I hope that the pilot didn't stay up all night, huh? That he could get some sleep, and that it's the engineers and the rest of the team who have been working so that he could rest and be very, very concentrated for this race.
Yeah, for the moment, Polito H2 Fly is, well, they are trying to reduce the gap between them and the Capgemini team that has unfortunately stopped. Maybe they can hope, gapping 14 laps in 23 minutes. Maybe, hopefully for them.
Oh, there is a boat going to the harbor. So they decide to stop the competition. I can't read the number, but it's a French boat. They can stop whenever they want, huh? And maybe they have to do this because there is overheating, and it's maybe better to stop when you still can and come back by your own means than going and doing too many laps and having a penalty afterwards. I'm trying to see when they come to the harbor whether I can see the number on the boat.
I think it's the Hydrogats team, which is quite surprising because they were towed by the security boat half an hour ago.
Yeah, they maybe tried something and are coming back, and now they feel that they might have a problem again, and they just decide to stop it. Huh? It's because it's one of the rules. Huh? If you don't want to lose a lap, you have to come home in the harbor by your own means. And I'm still looking, but can't see them appearing in the harbor at the moment. But there is a big yacht that is coming in, so we'll see in a while.
Well, I don't really understand because he's still quite fast. Maybe his battery is empty.
There he is. There he is. Yeah.
Maybe his battery
Will
is
it be
empty.
like in football where they put a new pilot to be acclaimed?
Maybe they are allowed
It's
to
a
do
communication trick that they are
maybe.
doing here for
They
us.
are allowed to do this.
Let's hope it's that, huh?
Yeah. Because, all right, so they managed to do their 21st lap.
They're coming in confidently, so that's already a good point.
It would be nice to see the number of the boat. Well, we have a nice view, a nice picture of every boat. Oh, this is the Biscaya Inno boat. So for the moment, they fell in the rankings. They are now 10th with 29 completed laps.
Who is she chatting with?
No, I think she was surprised by the drone,
By the drone,
coming so
and
close.
wow, there is a seagull attacking me. No, it's a girl. Don't be afraid. It's nothing wrong with it, but it will be nice for them as well to see the replay afterwards and taking some of the images for their communication, because as we heard, every single aspect is important for them. Be it financial aspect, marketing aspects, communication, on top of all the engineering, the design, the mechanical, and so on. Look at the speed there.
Wow.
It's a Nereid. You have the impression they just stopped, but it's just because the other boats, the two Italian boats, are going so fast that they are passing them.
The Bologna Argonauts. So for the moment they are first. They have completed 40 laps.
Wow.
Wow, really impressive. It's almost twice as much
as the
Hydrogat's Capgemini team.
But I would say the importance is to participate.
Yeah,
De Coubertin said it a long time ago, but it's still there. But it's also important to finish. And as long as you have a result, you might be very proud of yourself.
Absolutely. And for the moment, Adria Racing Team is now second in the general ranking. They've managed to overtake Elettra from the University of Genova team.
So it's really sometimes they have to let it go a little bit to preserve their
Yeah, absolutely.
energy or their motor or any part of the boat, and then they can catch up again and try. And again, one moving a lot with this steering wheel. It's very different from one boat to the other. It must have to do with the balance of the boat, because also this cockpit that is quite high, it changes a little bit the balance. If you lower, you have a better balance. It's easier to keep your balance. The higher you are, the more difficult it becomes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think it depends on the kind of motors you're using. If you are using a single propulsion system or dual propulsion system. And I haven't talked about it for the moment, but the team of Tameo Ensta is using a triple motor propulsion, so is 3 little 4 kilowatts motors. But we'll see how it's going for them. For the moment there are 8. They have completed 30 laps, and it's really nice to see them showcase this kind of technologies during this event.
And the cheering here for the
Tameo Ensta team.
Yeah. And what is also important that we heard from Jérémy Lagarrigue, actually this 10 kilowatt hour battery is 1 liter of diesel. Can you imagine running for 3 hours on 1 liter of diesel? Such an achievement.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive. So
and more cheering. Qatar takes the turn.
And we are
There they
entering
are.
the last quarter of an hour of the race.
Not 16 minutes.
Let's
be precise, because the race
right.
control wanted to be precise with the official hour of the Principauté de Monaco. But I'm really impressed to see that there are so many boats still on the water.
Yeah.
I would never have thought it. Maybe I'm a little bit unexperienced, but it is such an achievement for most of these teams. And as Szilard said, there are quite a few rookie teams, so new ones, even if it's a structure that existed, the team itself, because as it is students, some are in masters, some are in bachelors, but some will not be there afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's really important. And what will be important is also the transmission between the teams. When you leave all your knowledge, and so that the others can build on what you have proven.
And as we seen with Szilard, the old students like to give advices and still be here on site, participating as volunteers, because it's such an amazing event to be in that they don't want to leave, almost.
And I'm sure there are a lot of students that are looking, former participants that are looking and trying to cheer from a distance for their former teams and pushing them to the right. Look at the turn here.
Wow.
I'm afraid they might take more and more risks in the last... now we are the last quarter of an hour, so we have to be a little bit careful about this.
They don't want any collisions, because for the moment they are winning the race.
None of them wants a collision. There are still other things to do. They have other competitions to go, so that the boat has to stay in a good shape, because they will still have the energy class tomorrow. They will have to do a slalom race and then a championship race, which will be based on the result of the qualifying laps. The better you were in the qualifying laps, the higher you will start in the rounds, so you don't have to do as many. So it's not finished for them. It's funny to see some of the pilots looking behind them. Is there anybody? Am I alone? But they manage so well.
Yeah, still trying to avoid collisions. Really important for the safety of the boat and of the pilot, of course.
And this is
Oh.
unfortunately another boat
No, I
that
think
it's the Indian
team.
boat. Oh, come on, Team Chaki, so close to the finish, not even a quarter of an hour, and they have to be pulled inside the harbor, which means they will lose one lap, unfortunately. Oh, so we feel so sorry for each of the team that have to stop it here. Let's hope they can rejoin the competition for the next two events tomorrow. But today we have another endurance race that will start at 1, if I'm not mistaken. At 2, sorry, at 2. And it will last again 3 hours, and it will be for the open sea class and the sea lab class. So normally they will go faster.
Yeah.
We'll have some interviews with some of them as well afterwards.
It will be really interesting to see how they manage the fuel energy. What will be the strategies of this team? Because we don't have the same power in the motors. For example, the Porsche motors with 400 kilowatts, almost 500 horsepower, are they going to go full gas straight at the beginning, or are they going to reduce their power?
From what I heard, they might not do the 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
They don't intend to do. Oh, Sambook Racing as well is stopped.
Oh, wow.
Energy is missing now. Maybe it was a good move from the French crew we saw coming in, because seeing that the energy level was going down, it's better to come back before it's too late. And here we have two boats. So a lot of work now for the security boats to pull them back into the harbor.
It seems that the Hydrogads team is coming out of the harbor.
Again.
Maybe they are trying to complete 1 or 2 last laps. Wow. This is really resilience. This is endurance.
They are resilient. Yeah, surely they are.
Wow. So maybe they was just switching pilots. Maybe they had a quick technical issue. But we'll see how it's going.
But we hear some works being done on some boats. Adria, still going well.
Second
in the ranking.
41 laps completed.
Yeah.
And an actual speed of 10.3 knots. So are they going to reduce the gap with Bologna Argonauts and overtake them? We'll see in the last 10 minutes of the race.
Yeah. Stress is pulling up.
Yeah.
I would love to hear more cheering there. I have the impression that the sun is a little bit too high for most of the teams, and they are not able to cheer anymore.
Yeah. They also have no more energy in the battery.
Yeah, the batteries are also on a low level, like the boats.
Yeah, cheering for 3 hours is quite a long time, so well done for the team and the fans still cheering.
I guess at 5 to 1, we will have the teams starting the last lap, huh?
Yeah. So narrate team waving at its fans, at the fans on the jetty next to the race control. Every fan is cheering, well done guys, after 3 hours of racing under the sun. Did the Sambook Racing team manage to start again to race? Well, for the moment the Uniboat University of Bologna Argonauts team just passing the revival line. They have 42 laps completed, the same as Adria Racing. Or maybe it was the 43rd. C'est très gentil, merci. Ah ouais. And all the team you see on screen have done an amazing job staying in the race for almost 3 hours now. Really, really impressive. Congratulations to them. And it seems that the Hydrogaz Capgemini Monaco Marine team has completed another lap. So they came back. Maybe they switched pilots. Maybe they fixed a little technical issue. But the thing is, they are back in the race. Merci.
Yeah, batteries, batteries, batteries. when you drive your normal car, you don't believe it is so difficult to have a good battery. It's just a normal thing for us. But here, it's more important.
We can hear all the fans
cheering.
cheering.
I don't know who is there.
Yeah,
We'll
boat
see
is
in a
it?
few moments. But look at these 3 boats. And
Tameo Ensta waving.
Yeah. Elettra Unige and Tameo Ensta taking the turn.
Fuck.
And fast forward, and take a look at fast forward. They take the inside and try to pass Tameo Ensta. Oh, unfortunately, another team, 23. 23, that's a Physis Polymi Energy boat from Italy. Ah, that's unfortunate. Will he be able to restart the motor? He's trying, I have the impression.
Maybe.
It's
It seems like he's moving really, really slowly, but he's moving.
yeah, but yeah.
Maybe from now on they don't want to go back into the harbor, but stay.
No, they
the
have to go back in the
They
harbor.
have to leave if they are not moving.
Yeah, I think all the point, but he's still moving, yeah. But
Alright.
I think all the point is to go into the harbor by your own means,
Yeah,
and that's Team
Sakti.
Sakti.
Wow.
We really feel sorry for them and for all their fans that are listening. Nahanga K-C-T and Nagana Adi Dam. Excuse the pronunciation. We need a training in the pronunciation. Sorry about this.
But
And look, it's coming in there, the Italian boat, very, very slowly, going back into the harbor. We see it behind us. And cheering coming up.
So which Italian team?
There, I can't see the number, but there is one who is trying to go very slowly. I thought it was the 23 that we see. So the boat
Adria
from
Racing.
Physis Polymi.
Watch, Adria Racing
Energy.
has stopped. They are
Adria stopped. That's
second for the
no
moment.
good.
Maybe it will be
Yeah.
the moment for Electra.
Oh, and the red flag. Oh, this is a.
This is wonderful for
this
Electra
is-
University of
Yeah,
Genova.
but it's such a pity for Adria.
They will have to settle
Which
maybe
means
for third
that
place.
yeah, Physis took the best solution, not trying to go until the far end, but really coming back by their own means.
Yeah.
But why don't they paddle in? Are they
Yes,
allowed?
because Adria Racing is going to have a 1 lap penalty.
Yeah.
And if Electra manages just to gap 1 lap, which they did at the moment with 41 laps, they will probably have the 2nd place. Wow.
Yeah,
So ranking changes until the last minute.
exactly. And 4 minutes left in this race.
4 minutes will be probably enough for
Yeah,
the
4
Electra
minutes will
Unity
be,
team.
and another one that comes in. So they don't dare, they don't try to do one more. They will not manage anyway. It's
Yeah, I
it's too
think
late to do a full lap.
this
So it's better to come in, not risking anything.
because they have to come in before the end of the race, or maybe not.
No, it's the line that is closed.
Oh yeah, right.
And there is one which is stopped just next to the buoy at the far end, I saw. Yacht Motor Club de France, Tameo Ensta, trying to complete some more laps. And one goes back. Look.
In about Biscaya.
Biscaya, they're very confident. They can do one lap in 3 minutes.
They would like to complete their 33rd lap in the last 2.2 minute and a half.
It's gonna be interesting to see
be
whether
short.
they can do this this last lap. And cheering for both. Fast forward. And they're going fast towards the harbor. They have a lot of fans. Really nice to see and to hear. This is the spirit of it as well. The energy from the students that comes out and getting them back into the harbor. Those are the boats that are at the far end. They still have 2 minutes to get back here. So that will also be nice. Or there we have the two teams that are stopped, Qatar and Team Shakti, that are towed back to the harbor.
Thanks to the safety boat. Thanks again to all the volunteers and the teams from the yacht club helping on this amazing event.
And the French team here, 15, just waving, Tameo Ensta, waving to everybody, happy.
Saying
happy pilot.
Yeah.
And I can imagine coming in, doesn't try another one. It will be too sharp anyway. And we'll have probably a signal from the race director when they exactly close the line, so that we can keep an eye of what is happening there.
Electra Unige is going to overtake Adria Racing, but with 1 lap difference. But we need to remind you guys that Adria Racing will probably have a 1 lap penalty.
We'll see.
So we'll see the final
and also, will they be able to finish the lap?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the other question. It's not even if my watch is at the official hour of the municipalité de Principauté de Monaco, it's less than a minute. It's 35 seconds for me. So
apparently on the tracking is 3 hours just passed.
yeah, but they said they closed the line at 1:01. So
yeah, so Electra Unige probably won't manage to finish under
look
the
at
3 hours limit.
It must be such a relief. They must be so happy. You know, in racing, you have all the les commissaires de piste, the officials that are there with the flags. It's a little bit the feeling I have. There it stops. It's the end of this endurance race. What an achievement for those teams. They really deserve a big applause. Look at this. Yeah, louder, louder. For sure, it has to be louder. Well done to all of you.
Wow.
A happy team. Oh, don't forget, you still have to steer. It's the Italian. They're good at this. We can't say anything else. And we hear them singing and being happy. Look at on the dig. They're all there, just dancing, cheering, showing their flag. They're so happy, so proud, and they can be.
Yeah, because it seems that the Uniboat from the University of the Agrons from Bologna is first in the ranking. So they probably won this race, this endurance race.
Let's wait for the official result from the race control, but it's really good. And what a contrast, unfortunately, with the safety boat towing the team C Sakti there towards the harbor. And all the boats that will cross the line now will not have another lap, but they will finish the race, which is already a nice achievement. And some of them did a lot. And look at all the team members that are following on the dig, and they're chatting already, explaining what goes well, explaining what could be better. Look at this, and the Italian flag in the right side. Well done. The Croatians are also waiting for their boat, showing their appreciation of the work of the pilot. Because while all the others have worked so hard all the time, he had or she had also to prepare themselves, and look at the joy in the team. Unfortunately, less joyful for Qatar, who is coming back there towed. Take your flag, show it proudly. Well done to this team. And everybody, you can see from young to less young.
Don't say the word. Wonderful energy from the Italians.
Well done.
Cheering, chanting, singing for their teams. Wow. You can be proud
But
of
Qatar
yourself.
is driving. He's coming back alone.
Oh,
Look.
wow.
Yeah, he's not towed. Qatar
So-
managed to start again.
So
Patricia, vous voulez aller interviewer le gagnant directement au ponton?
and every team is now joining the harbor. I think this is the Polito H2 fly team. They had technical issues and they still managed to finish the race. Congratulations, another amazing Italian team. Now you can see every team coming back in the harbor, docking. Congratulations, guys. Beautiful view of the Yacht Club of Monaco. And thank you all that have been present on the live